Hello and welcome to NTD News Today.
We have insights and perspectives on the stories shaping our world.
Breaking news, in-depth analysis, and inspiration to power your day.
And this hour we are covering Macy's 97th Thanksgiving Day Parade, where millions are estimated to be gathering in Manhattan to usher in the giving season.
Yes, a lot to look forward to. Big floats sailing through the streets, marching bands, giant balloons, all going 2.5 miles from Central Park West to Herald Square, where Macy's flagship store is. Let's take a look at that now. There we go. All right, first big float coming up.
Nice.
Yes.
Bluey.
Oh, I know, it's amazing. And the blue sky just goes perfect.
Oh, the weather is amazing today. A sunny day, blue skies around 42, 48.
Yeah, people line up 6 deep for this parade.
Wow.
Just along the sides there.
Incredible. And Bluey is a favorite. Bluey was actually made its debut in the parade in just last year, actually. But already it's become quite a favorite.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, well, there's Cool Cat's creation. Oh boy, yeah, that's, I like the whiskers and everything he's got going on there.
Actually, there are quite a few to come. When I was there earlier this morning and speaking to some of the spectators who were waiting before it got started, they had quite a few favorites they were looking out for. Santa was a big one.
Oh, okay.
And there was one that mentioned Bluey, but there were quite a few others. Yeah.
Those kids, they love Ryan's World. That
Ryan's
YouTube channel.
World.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
They get so excited over that stuff. And look, that looks like SpongeBob's on his way.
That's true. Some adults said they were looking forward to seeing SpongeBob.
Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they?
I've watched plenty of SpongeBob in my day.
Absolutely. It's a classic.
It looks like we got a marching band. Let's see if we get any audio on them. Yeah, a lot of hard work goes into that stuff.
Definitely. There are actually quite a few marching bands this year. 12 marching bands in total, and there'll be 9 performances, performance groups, that is. We're actually going to see a lot of high-level performers as well. There's Cher, of course, and a few other well-known musicians, including John Baptiste and Pentatonix. So we'll see if we catch them in the live stream.
Yeah, Cher's a superstar, but she even can headline for Santa sometimes too.
Oh, really? Hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and there was Gary riding on top of SpongeBob.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
The scene there this morning was so excited. Like, it's actually a little bit difficult to capture it, I think, on TV. The feeling there was truly magnificent. People were really excited. It was so nice to have that. And one of the ladies said that, you know, she remarked that it was really just a beautiful thing to bring to a world that appears to be fairly broken at the moment. Perhaps that's just the call of every age. But, you know, there are a lot of tensions around, and to have something so happy.
Oh, I know. And it's really great how, you know, New York City thrives on tourism, so all these people can come from out of state, even around the world, to visit this parade.
That's true. There were quite a few that I met. You know, I didn't speak to everybody there, but there were certainly people from all across the U.S. I didn't meet anyone from across the world, but certainly there are many tourists in New York City at any given time. And a lot of the people that I've been speaking to recently around Macy's for Thanksgiving have come just to do their shopping at Macy's. You know, that in itself is quite iconic.
I know. With Black Friday coming up, they're going to be open real early.
Right, absolutely. There's a lot of tips that I got from people. Get in early. Make sure you get in before all the people who are, you know, doing their elbow jabs to get those sales.
Oh yeah, well they say if there's a lot of people shopping online, it might make the crowds and the lines a little less this year.
That is true, and apparently the sales are a little less this year too, but we'll be looking at that later. But yeah, they're, at least what people have been observing, it's more like 30% rather than 50% in general.
Look at those crowds though behind that marching band.
So beautiful, and so many families. That's the thing I noticed. So many small kids coming out.
Yeah, a lot of schools bring their marching bands out for the parade.
Yes.
Yeah, get some recognition there, put on some good tunes.
That's true. You know, a lot of these performers are quite young. Yeah, they're many of them are in their teens, I would say.
Yeah.
Not just in the marching bands, but there were a lot of dancers, you see, dancing groups.
Yeah, those performers are great. And you know, when we talk about the actual landscape of this parade, you know, security, they are worried, you know, they have this heightened threats from these, no credible threats, but they're on heightened alert for these dynamic, situations that can arise from extremists, surrounding the Israel-Hamas war. So they really have to keep a close eye on things, especially when crowds, they say, could be targets for opportunities.
It's definitely a consideration in this climate. As we know, there's so many protests and things going on. There actually was a protest that interrupted this parade at 10 a.m. this morning.
I see.
And that was a pro-Palestinian parade, pro-Palestinian protest.
Look there, we got Goku. See the biceps on him?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z quite a bit growing up.
I bet you did. That was a fun show.
Yeah, it was really cool. There's one episode where Goku was traveling in like a spaceship and it was like really high gravity and he was doing push-ups under all that.
Wow.
To really get that extra workout in.
Yeah.
Because,
you can see why the kids love it, right?
Yes.
And adults too.
And that hair.
It's all fun. Yeah. Actually, even the blowing up of the inflation of the, all those words have such negative connotations now. But the balloons themselves being inflated, that happened yesterday in Central Park, and that itself is a big deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I almost went to cover it, because people go just to see them getting blown up.
Oh yeah, it's a monumental feat. And I mean, they put a lot of helium in these balloons so that they can float, and some of them they just fill them up with air. Because they're meant to go at a lower altitude and kind of cruise along.
Oh.
So yeah, probably saves them some money anyway.
Well, that's a good point. And of course there are also the floats, not just the balloons, but I guess this could be a float. It doesn't look like it's got strings attached.
Wow, yeah, some
Lego.
Legos.
Looks like Lego, huh?
I've done a lot with Legos. You know what I used to do? I would build the actual piece, and then I would take it apart, and then I'd throw the instructions out, and I would just mix it together with all the rest of my Legos and start getting creative.
Crazy. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, I studied engineering, so it kind of makes sense. Legos and engineering.
I was thinking that when you said you love Lego initially, because it gives you that kind of frame of mind when you work with it. I love Lego, and actually haven't worked with it since obviously being an adult, but when I did get back to it playing with kids, it's a surprise how joyful it can be.
And expand the mind.
Yeah, I actually spoke with, we're covering Macy's Day, we're covering, Black Friday sales and speaking to people around Macy's yesterday, and actually some of the people were there, they showed us what they bought, and they were buying, Lego sets of aquariums or greenery scenes. It can get so intricate now.
Oh yeah.
With Lego.
A lot of specialty pieces and everything. Oh, there's Ronald McDonald.
Of course. Can't do without Ronald McDonald.
That's great. Their charity, Ronald McDonald House, does a lot for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is great what they're doing there.
It's been around for a long time.
And the McDonald's, it says 99 billion served. I mean, that's a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. Successful business, to say the least.
Amazing. Yeah.
Staple in the Macy's parade.
Absolutely.
Wow. But Thanksgiving, it's really a time to just be grateful.
Yeah.
And just think about all our blessings.
Yep. Yeah. I want to keep bringing this back to the people I've been speaking with just around Macy's, but when I asked them what they were grateful for, a lot of people just really said family.
Oh, amazing.
And it was so interesting. I mean, of course, in a way, but it was just so lovely and refreshing to see that people are still focusing on togetherness and their connection to their family.
Yes. It's that holiday spirit that really drives it. And I was actually out in New York City just talking to people the other day, and one person said he's grateful for everything. How nice, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's quite profound, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Everything, leaves out nothing.
Oh. And look at him holding down the float like that.
Yeah, I wonder what that takes, like how much muscle that takes.
Yeah. Oh, there's the minion.
Nice.
Awesome. Those little guys are henchmen.
Oh yeah?
They have a desire to serve an evil boss.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know my nieces and nephews, they would watch the Minions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those shows I never got into, but because it was past my time, obviously. But
right.
I know it's popular.
Yeah, nice. Okay, we got the flag there. We have a few different flags there. I couldn't identify some of the others. There were at least 5 I saw. Well, it's an exciting sight. You can hear people cheering, that's how much excitement there is there.
Yep.
All right, so for everyone watching with us from afar, stay tuned for more after the break.
Shenyun Creations, the streaming platform from Shenyun, featuring world-class dance, past programs, and all original music. Masterclasses, behind the scenes, comedy, and more. Explore shenyuncreations.com.
To a child, this is what conflict looks like. Children in Ukraine are caught in the crossfire of war, forced to flee their homes.
A steady stream of refugees has been coming across all day. It's bitterly cold.
Lacking clean water and sanitation, exposed to injury, hunger.
Exhausted and shell-shocked from what they've been through.
Every dollar you give can help bring a meal, a blanket, or simply hope to a child living in conflict. Please call or go online to GiveNowToSave.org today with your gift of $10 a month. That's just 33 cents a day. We cannot forget the children in places like Syria, born in refugee camps, playing in refugee camps, thinking of the camps as home. Please call or go online to GiveNowToSave.org today with your gift of $10 a month. Your gift can help children like Ara in Afghanistan, where nearly 20 years of conflict have forced the people into extreme poverty. Weakened and unable to hold herself up, Ara was brought to a Save the Children center where she was diagnosed and treated for severe malnutrition. Every dollar helps. Please call or go online to GiveNowToSave.org today with your gift of $10 a month, just 33 cents a day. And thanks to special government grants that are available now, every dollar you give can multiply up to 10 times the impact. And when you use your credit card, you'll receive this special Save the Children tote bag to show you won't forget the children who are living their lives in conflict. Every war is a war against children. Please, give now.
Freedom is not free, and neither is the truth. In order to bring you the facts, our reporters are out there on the front lines getting the true story. Some of them served 10 years of prison in China. We've been censored on social media. Our Hong Kong printing offices were set on fire, and we've been repeatedly attacked by the Chinese Communist Party. But no matter what, we believe that you deserve the truth, and so we'll continue to bring the truth to light. Head on over to getepic.com and try honest journalism that is based in truth and tradition. We'd love to have you on board.
Welcome back to NTD's coverage of Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, it's an exciting day. We just saw a lot of the footage that was streaming live from the parade. We saw many of the famous balloons, but this year features 5,000 volunteers, 16 character balloons. We got 26 floats, 32 heritage and novelty balloons. So it's a huge affair. More than 700 clowns, 12 marching bands, and 9 performance groups.
Yeah, we heard some pretty good tunes. Let's see if we get the live feed now. There it is. Yeah, there's the marching bands.
Nice.
Yeah, Macy's float right there.
And the turkey. Is that the turkey?
Oh, it looks like it might be.
Of course, there's a turkey that sits above the Macy's Day entrance, the main Macy's entrance.
Oh yeah, good PR.
Herald Square, yep.
People like that.
With all the lights, it's very.
Yeah, and you know these floats actually, it takes a lot to get them.
Oh, you can see. Sorry, you can see the. You can see that entrance right there on the right in the top corner.
Ah, okay. There's the turkey. Yeah, got a little hat on.
Yeah.
Got a little colonial turkey.
Yep.
And you know, of course, President Biden pardoned the Thanksgiving
of course,
turkey.
Yes, some lucky turkeys made it through this year.
Yeah, you can really see the waddle on that thing.
You could. It looked pretty healthy, huh?
Yeah, big white turkey.
Yeah, you know, this parade actually does a lot in terms of giving. Of course, there's Thanksgiving and giving thanks, but there's also, you know, Meals on Wheels. They partnered last year with Meals on Wheels, the organization, to deliver Thanksgiving meals to seniors using a huge parade-themed delivery truck, so just to raise cheer among the seniors in the area. And also, they were delivered with clowns.
Ah, that's
Very
that's cool.
sweet. There's a
Yeah.
lot of community involvement with this parade. In 2019 and 2021, the parade organizers gave $10,000 grants to 16 different marching bands that performed in the parade.
Wow.
And if you think about it, these kids, many times are kids. This is contributing to their development
Yeah.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah, think about all that hard work. It's paying off.
Right? Yeah, definitely. And this is an ongoing thing. The Macy's and the Bob and Dolores Hope Foundation is now giving annually $20,000 awards to exemplary student musicians from participating marching bands.
That is really great. So not only do we get some great sights, but we also have that good feeling knowing that it's going a long way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Look at those pumpkins. Oh man, that is nice.
Oh, I spoke with
those
the lady.
gourds. Yeah.
I spoke with the lady in the pumpkin group earlier today.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd she say?
It was her second year being in the parade. She just felt that it was such a nice thing to be part of because of this feeling of camaraderie and the love.
Amazing.
That was her main message.
Yeah, those ornamental gourds look so cool.
Yeah, and just to be, in a way, like just to be so silly. You know, this lady looked, perhaps she might have been in her 60s.
Okay.
She's getting out there in a pumpkin gear, you know?
Yeah.
Why not?
That is awesome. That's a Smokey the Bear. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Only you,
The
Steph,
iconic one.
can prevent forest fires.
Right? Keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, and the fall's a pretty dry time, so you got to
Yes.
keep that in mind.
That is true.
Yeah, a good time to camp, too.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Beautiful foliage.
Yes.
Not as many bugs.
That's true. Yeah. Gosh, it'd be nice to camp in Central Park. Or anywhere, really. I know you can't park. You can't camp in Central Park. But what a beautiful park it is. But the foliage is really beautiful anywhere around here.
Wow. Look at those acorns. You know, I actually one year tried to leach the tannins out of the acorns and eat them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a long process. You got to mill them down and then you got to run water through them because you can't really just eat them straight like
What
the
are the-
squirrels do.
So what are the, oh, I didn't know that. What are the benefits of the tannin?
Well, that's just an acid or something compound that's actually in there that you got to get rid
Oh,
of.
you've got to get rid of it, and then you can
Yeah,
eat
and then you can eat them, and they're pretty nutritious nuts.
them. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're not commercially available, obviously, but
Right.
yeah, it's pretty cool. What do we got
Reminds me
here?
a little of chestnuts, but I guess they're different.
You got to roast them, right?
You know-
and actually, butter pecan, roasted butter pecan.
Ooh, yes, that's
a
another
good
fall
treat.
favorite.
Mhm.
My gosh.
Yeah,
Would
look
you have that with ice cream or with
Of course.
cream? With ice cream? Nice.
Yeah. Gotta have it.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And you know, these floats actually, it takes a lot of work to get these up into the sky. I mean, it's engineers, carpenters, metal workers, float experts, and even costume designers and things like that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, the coordination between all the groups
Yeah.
and professionals.
Think about that for a minute. Wow. Yeah, 2.5 miles. This parade's going from Central Park down to
Yeah.
Herald Square.
And what did you say? Millions there.
Estimates say about 3 million people are coming
That
to
is
watch.
a mighty number.
Yes.
And millions more on TV, watching via TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Look at
Actually,
them
this Thanksgiving Day parade in general is Macy's single biggest volunteer event. It has 4,500 dedicated volunteers
go. Wow.
each year.
That's really
annually.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine being part of something like that.
Yeah, that's right. I bet a lot of it is that value of camaraderie.
97th annual parade. I mean, someone's been going on 100 years now. What a tradition.
Yeah, there must be a reason it sticks, huh?
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
To be honest, I didn't really understand until I got there in person and really participated up close why it's so much fun.
Yeah.
From afar, you know, as someone who's not that much into cartoon characters, I didn't really, oh, how beautiful is this? Oh my.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, a lot of hard work goes into all that
Yes.
marching band style. Wow, the whole street.
That's a huge group.
Yes, it is. Yeah, over 10 marching bands, 29 clown crews. I mean, they really covered all the bases this year.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Such cheerful colors. There's just so many extravagant costumes.
I know.
Women in mermaid outfits, and I spoke with a guy today who had a chicken on his head,
Okay.
and eggs. He was representing a farming group.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important. Because, I mean, you think about it, the turkey's got to come from somewhere.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I knew a farmer that would reference their turkey farmers. They take very good care, and it's a lot of work.
Oh, I think that is very important. To be humane is important, and then also it transfers, I think, into the food, the feel of the food when it's really well taken care of.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Yeah, and actually turkeys are said to be a little bit cheaper this year.
Oh, yes.
A couple cents a pound less.
Yes.
Save a few bucks.
Than last year, perhaps not compared to 2019, but of course, a lot has changed since then.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually the whole meal is said to be a little less expensive. You could save about $5 feeding a family of 10.
Oh, nice.
A little relief.
Yeah. I was surprised, actually, the amount quoted in a report yesterday said around $60 or $65 to feed 10 people. Is that right? That sounds quite cheap to me.
I guess it just depends on whether you're making your homemade gravy or buying the packaging, because then you're paying for marketing.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, think about that too. And actually, I do make my own gravy.
Do you now?
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
the roux with the flour and the butter, and you brown it up, and then you add the stock. Oh yeah.
Hey, will you be making some this Thanksgiving?
Actually, I'll probably just make my hash browns tonight, and tomorrow
Yes.
I'm gonna go out to Thai with my brother.
Nice.
And we're gonna have a little family time.
Nice. Yeah, there's so many ways to celebrate, but the main thing is being together, I feel. Coming together with your loved ones is really what it's about.
Yeah, look at how big that float is. I wonder, because they don't allow drones to fly in New York City.
Yes. No, they've actually recently changed that.
Oh, they did?
Yes, but I think you do need a permit, but you can get a permit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Imagine the kind of permitting for all this stuff.
I know, right?
You got like blimps flying around.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and that whole security threat thing, we do know, as I mentioned earlier, there was a protest at 10 a.m. About 30 people interrupted the parade, the flow of the parade, but they were all arrested, according to the police, and they're in custody.
I see.
That was on 6th Avenue.
Right. Oh,
yeah,
look,
okay,
we got
SpongeBob again. We did see Bluey earlier, an Australian favorite.
Yeah, Gary always cracks me up.
Oh yeah.
Gary.
Yeah. It's such a sweet show.
I know. Yeah, it looks like dinosaurs down there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Amazing. Yeah, and you could just see like all the staging in the background too, like all those vans and everything.
Good point.
So much that goes into it.
Yeah, a lot of people probably waiting on hand for, emergency vehicles just in case, or.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Macy's really doing a good thing here. Kicking off the holiday season.
Yeah, spreading cheer. That is an important thing to do.
Yeah. And they have good clothes. Nice ties.
Right. Okay. You can testify to that.
Yeah, they have a nice selection.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, be sure to stay tuned. We're going to be broadcasting more of this live in just a few minutes after the break.
Do you feel the bills getting higher and higher every time you check out at the supermarket? Do you feel your monthly discretionary money has decreased, although your income increases yearly? Inflation is eating away at your wealth. Digital wallets and central bank digital currencies are destroying financial privatization. Only gold and silver are constitutional forms of money. Our privacy was to be protected against unlawful search and seizure. Midas Gold Group will help you take control of your finances and protect your wealth and your privacy. Pulling money out of the corrupt banking and investment system is a way to privatize your finances as the elite push us towards digital wallets and central bank digital currency. Protect your wealth with real money. Deal with the best. Midas Gold Group, a proud America First company. MidasGoldGroup.com.
Ancient Scandinavians, often referred to as the Vikings, might not have been so simple and barbaric as they've been portrayed for the last decades. In order to understand the Vikings on a deeper level, we need to take a closer look at their original belief system, their earliest ethical principles and worldview, which are revealed in the myths, stories, and prophecies of their times. In many of the Viking stories, we learn about the dangers of corruption of the human soul, and all this ties into how and why the world and humankind eventually degenerates, leading up to the end times and the last battle between good and evil. In this episode, we're going to take a look into the inner world of the ancient Scandinavians and get acquainted with two of their most central tales that reveal their guiding principles for humankind, both for themselves as well as for mankind in modern times.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
I'm Steve Lance in Washington, D.C., and we are NTD News.
Welcome back. We are watching Macy's 97th Thanksgiving Day Parade right here from the heart of New York City. And we've seen many beautiful floats and performances and costumes. There are 5,000 costumes in this parade. Let's tune in and see a few more bits and pieces of the parade.
There we go. All right. Looks like we got a sandwich there.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh, and then you got Yoda in the background.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, that's Rogu, actually.
A little hard to see, yeah. Right, duck eating a sandwich.
Amazing. Yeah, and look at the ballast in the back. You got the people up on the boom over there. Maybe they're getting a nice little wide shot.
Getting some footage? Yeah, looks like it.
That's good.
Oh, and there's beautiful fall colors and that foliage you were talking about earlier. Right?
Yes, it is really nice. And you know, it's when the matte colors kind of come out near the end of the season after the peak.
Yes.
Soothing to the eyes.
Yes, it is.
There we go. Wow, yeah, see the spectators. They're enjoying this weather.
Many young people. Yeah, it looks like it. It is cold. I mean, it's cold enough to wear a beanie.
Yeah.
But not cold enough that you wouldn't come out, you know.
It'll fall in the Northeast, a little brisk. But, you know, 40s.
Yeah.
It's good parade weather.
Yes, absolutely. You almost wouldn't want it hotter.
Right.
You might get too uncomfortable. This is like perfect weather.
Mm-hmm. And sunny.
Yes, yes, yes. That is lucky because it has been a little bit rainy lately.
Yep. Wow.
Here we go. We got more banners. Uncle Dan.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, and I just love the costumes that they got.
Right.
You know, it's like the flat-billed hats.
Yeah.
It's kind of like reminiscent of the Pilgrims.
It does. I was thinking that too. So interesting. I wonder what Uncle Dan's is.
Well, because when we think about the reason for the season, we always think about being grateful and family, but you know, it really does mark the beginning of the country in a way, because it was the first bountiful feast that they had, joining with Native Americans here and celebrating. Yeah, so much to be thankful for.
Yeah. Yeah, this parade actually started in 1924.
Yeah, it's a tradition.
It was originally called the Macy's Christmas Parade and just aimed to kick off the holiday shopping season. But I think it's become much more than that.
Yeah. Well, and it does serve its purpose. It gets people excited. A lot of name recognition for Macy's.
Yes, that's true.
Which is good. Yeah, no, they have a lot of deals. I even heard like up to 50% off on some items.
Right. Nice.
So definitely don't want to miss
that. Check it out. What is this? Looks like an eye.
That.
Oh. The Mandalorian from The Mandalorian. All right.
Grogu.
Nice.
There we go. Excellent.
And this one in the background?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Oh, Luffy?
That's Luffy.
Okay.
There we go, from One Piece. Nice. Yeah, and you just see all the strings holding that thing down. Yeah. You can't let those go and say goodbye.
No. That wouldn't... Gee, I wonder what would happen.
It's going over the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the performers.
Yeah.
Just such great spirit.
Yeah, so much energy to do waving for that long when you think how long the parade is.
Right. Yeah, you know, I've participated in a parade back in, my own hometown for 4th of July, and it's just, you're throwing out all that candy for so long on the fire truck.
Oh.
Arm gets tired, so I can understand what you're saying there.
Yeah, in terms of costumes, 5,000 costumes I mentioned, but also 300 pounds of glitter for this event.
Okay, that's a lot of glitter.
Yeah.
You think about a pound and how far that's going to spread.
Right.
Amazing. There we go.
And then there's the cleanup, of course.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people employed.
Yes.
You know.
And a lot of volunteers.
But
there is this core team that works year-round just on this parade.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's such a big event. So much planning.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, full of various types of professionals.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Look at Luffy.
So cute.
Yeah. Well, anime has really become a lot more popular.
That is true. It's much more widespread.
I remember growing up, it was there. People watched it.
It was niche.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, now so many kids watch it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, we saw Dragon Ball Z earlier.
Yep.
Some more anime.
Yep. Oh, here's another one.
Good stuff. Yeah, there's Ryan's World. Oh, well, not anymore. Oh, okay. Some classics here. Sesame Street.
Yep.
That is awesome. Ernie.
Yep. Can't go past it.
Bert and Ernie, that's awesome. Kung Fu Panda. Let's see him. Oh, there's Po.
Nice.
Amazing.
It is huge. When you think about it.
Yeah, he's a big one. You know, and he was said to be a lazy and clumsy panda in the Valley of Peace, and then goes on to become a Kung Fu master.
Hey.
So there's a lesson to be learned there.
Right, yeah.
A little bit of hard work that goes into all that.
A story of aspiration.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Achievement.
Yeah, and it all goes back to that tournament to nominate the Dragon Warrior.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, I won't spoil it all, but yeah, he's definitely a person that, can really bring out what it means to work hard.
Yeah.
And protect those you love. Yeah.
Interesting to think about this aspect of what's the moral behind the story, especially with kids' stories. There's always a moral behind the story. And each of the cartoons, must have its own distinct message.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Ryan's World again. So many kids follow that YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they just love it. You can see why. It's really entertaining. Let's see if we can hear some of these trumpets. And we talk about some difficulties. Marching band's tough. You got to go hours. You carry that equipment and that instrument.
That is true. And depending on the instrument, some of them, wrap around your whole body, and they weigh a lot.
Yeah, the tuba and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I used to wrestle in high school, and I was always like, oh yeah, wrestling's so hard. And the person from marching band told me, he's like, oh, you think it's hard, but try marching band.
Yeah.
Hours and hours and all that work. Well, there's the big ones.
And not the same recognition for it, I guess.
Right, yeah.
For the work.
Yeah, well, football's the glory sport.
Yep.
Wrestling can be, but yeah, marching band.
Yeah.
They don't have those
Stamina.
same titles and things, so.
Yeah. But you do get the cool hats.
Oh, there it is. Feathers, yeah. Ryan's World Float. Coming to the rescue.
Nice, yeah. Flying in New York City.
Well, what was the vibe like when you went down there?
Oh my gosh, it was so wonderful. Really, truly uplifting.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And everyone that I spoke to remarked on it, and I was asking them what makes it so special. It really was just this celebratory, very almost ecstatic feel. Of course, the parade had only just begun, so people were high in expectation. but coming there many times, adults with their children. So it was a real family affair and real sense of just happiness.
That is really nice. And you know, New York City has so many big events like the ball drop in Times Square.
True.
And it's like this Macy's parade, this is something that's part of history. So if you can bring your kid along to witness that,
that's true.
It's really great.
Yeah, actually a lot of the people were New York natives, and they'd been coming what sounded like for generations, you know, even since the adults were young, now bringing their own children.
Look, we're getting a close-up of the Pokeball.
Oh.
Did you collect those cards?
No, I didn't, but I know a lot of the boys in my class did at the time.
I was one of them, not in your class, but I had all 150.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it took a while to get there. We would go and get the booster packs.
Okay.
Where it would be like, you might get lucky and get a hologram, and there's like 8 other cards or something.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of filler.
And what's the hologram?
That's like the prize card. They're like the big superstar Pokemon that do a lot of damage and have a lot of hit points.
Oh, cool. So can you actually play a game with them, or is it mostly trading?
Well, it's both.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can battle.
Okay.
And then you put your energies on the Pokemon card, and then that powers them up. And then you could fight, and sometimes you have to roll the dice to see if you do double damage or something. Or,
oh, cool.
You know, or it's like do 20 damage for every 3 heads you flip.
Okay.
You know, and then or for every head you flip, and you can flip 3 coins.
Oh, so, fun! That does sound fun.
I know, it's great. Kids love it, and it's evolved so much. I mean, there's so many new Pokemon nowadays. It's hard to keep up with.
Oh, okay, but it's not like gone high tech or anything, because it does feel like playing with cards, you know, it's just that real old school feel to it.
Oh, well, they have the Game Boys.
Oh, that's true.
So they had all this stuff, and I remember playing Yellow, where you get Pikachu.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll see Pikachu, when he's coming up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a favorite.
Yeah, it was very, very popular among the people who played it, definitely, when I was a kid too.
Yeah.
So it's still popular now, or is it more a nostalgic thing?
Well, you know, I think there's a lot of card games now.
Yes.
So probably more competition.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's other. Oh, there's Pikachu.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's rosy
Here's
cheeks.
the one behind you. There we go.
Yeah, I can just imagine the lightning coming out.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And there's Eevee, and you know, Eevee actually evolves into 4 different types of Pokemon. So like the water ones, the lightning ones, and all this stuff.
Is she the only one that does that?
She has a lot of things that she can evolve to. Others usually are on one track.
Okay. So she's kind of like a star.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, like when you play the Pokemon game, you get the rare candies so you can level up your Pokemon faster.
Oh.
And you can trade and stuff, get items. Yeah, but they say if you actually level up organically without the rare candies and you just fight to battle, then your Pokemon is actually a better level 100 than the other 100.
Like more naturally equipped or something?
Yeah, it's just a more robust Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess it's kind of like, you know, if you have an organic feed that you feed your chickens or something, or your turkeys in this case.
Yeah.
You know, you might imagine there might be something in there that you're going to give the extra nutrients.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot, you know, to think about with, you know, doing a big family meal and how you're going to do it. Some people do it from scratch. You know, as you mentioned, you might end up buying a lot of pre-prepared things, but there's that tradition of like going back to basics and just really getting some wholesome food on the table.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, and when you think about it, when you make stuffing, you actually have to let the bread go stale before you make it fresh.
True.
That's an oxymoron.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, interesting. That must have evolved from something about saving.
Think about how much helium is in those floats, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what they do with it afterwards.
Right. Can they reuse it? It's a good question.
Yeah. Oh, you see some people in their beanies.
There we go.
Fighting the cold. Yeah. Oh, it's been fun to watch.
Absolutely. Well, stay with us. We're going to keep our live stream going after this short break, and hopefully we'll be able to see the signature performance by Cher soon.
Absolutely.
The highest art is beautiful, breathtaking, timeless, and moving. Experience art with 5,000 years of history, inspired by the divine.
Experience Yun.
I went to Dr. Benatti and he went ahead and looked at my pictures. He told me, you have pain here, you have pain here. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'd been to others, but he was a doctor that didn't want to fillet my back open like a fish and do like open spine surgery because everybody else wanted to do that and I was not having it. The anesthesiologist who was working with me, I was like having a conversation with this guy and then I was watching on the monitor as Dr. Benatti is fixing my back. I really felt like I was in good hands.
Benatti succeeds where others fail.
One in 5 children worldwide are faced with the reality of living without food. No family dinners, no special treats, no full bellies. All around the world, parents are struggling to feed their children. Toddlers are suffering from acute malnutrition, which stunts their growth. Kids are forced to drop out of school so they can help support their families. COVID, conflict, inflation, and climate have ignited the worst famine in our lifetime. And we're fed up. Fed up with the fact that hunger robs children of their childhood. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Help us brighten the lives of children all over the world by visiting getfedupnow.org. For as little as $10 a month, you can join Save the Children as we support children and families in desperate need of our help. Now is the time to get fed up and give back. When you join the cause, your $10 monthly donation can help communities in need of life-saving treatments and nutrients. Prevent children from dropping out of school. Support our work with communities and governments to help children go from short-term surviving to long-term thriving. And now, thanks to special government grants, every dollar you give before December 31st can multiply up to 10 times the impact. That means more food, water, medicine, and help for kids around the world. You'll also receive a free tote bag to share your support for children in need. Childhood without food is unimaginable. Get fed up. Call us now or visit getfedupnow.org today.
Welcome back to NTD News for our live stream of Macy's 97th Annual Thanksgiving Day Parade. We saw some really awesome floats, Ronald McDonald, Minions, Pikachu, you name it, and just so many exciting performances and marching bands. And we are going to jump to that footage to show you right now. Let's just listen in and just hear this band
The cheers,
play.
the music.
You can hear it. And there's the kids that we were talking about. Just, you know,
Right.
they're just witnessing history, enjoying the moment.
Yep, on the front lines.
Oh yeah, just hanging on the edge of their barriers.
Right.
Excellent. Yeah, they must be so excited because, I mean, you think about it, this is something that could be their whole world. They must just love Ryan's World so much, or
Right.
Pikachu. They may think like, wow, there's the real Pikachu.
Yeah, oh, that's an interesting thought.
You know, at that age, if they're like 4 years old or something.
Yeah, totally.
Yep. And the service
We just see
members.
the police there.
Yeah, you caught a little tidbit. You can hear them, the drum lines,
Right, that
trumpets.
rhythm sounds great.
Yeah, that's excellent. So what was it like when you were out there? Were they staging a little bit, kind of getting warmed up?
Yeah, I was there right near the one of the biggest parts, right in the middle. A lot of the balloons. There was Smokey the Bear and Pikachu and even Bluey all there. Yeah, people just waiting in their spots, holding the strings and walking around. There's a lot of movement.
It's an important job, holding the strings.
Right.
Yeah.
Keeping everything in place.
You don't want a Zeppelin on the loose.
No.
It's amazing. But yeah, 2.5 miles going down from Central Park to Herald Square, where the flagship Macy store is.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot
Where
of ground to
people-
cover.
Yes, where a lot of people will be doing their sale shopping.
Oh yeah.
And have been already. As we know, the sale season's already begun, really.
Yeah. And what is that there? Are those gifts? Looks like it.
That doesn't.
Amazing. And it's a great family bonding experience.
Yeah.
Come out to the parade, you know, just experience it all.
Yep.
Amazing.
What's this one in the background?
Yeah, you can see some ribbons up in there, some candy canes.
Yep.
It's getting me excited. You know, I have a couple nephews and a niece. I got to think about what to get them.
Oh, that's true.
Season for giving.
Yes, yes.
Yep. And my niece is my goddaughter.
Oh, even more special.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something. Wow.
Well, now, yeah, the sale period is a good time to get all those gifts.
Yeah, you think about it. Well, there's
Start
Cyber
early.
Monday coming up.
Yep, yep.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, these marching bands, it's great. Look at the hats.
And orb is.
Yeah, millions of people coming out today. That's just to give you an idea of the scope.
Yes, yes.
And I mean, New York City already has so many people in that locale, and then you add all these additional
That's
people
true.
traveling in.
That's true, and not to mention blocking off all of that space and cutting out traffic. The city accommodates this. You know, of course, we had there's a marathon recently that went through the similar route, but New York just loves to host these huge events.
Wow.
We saw some amazing costumes there. 5,000 costumes and 300 pounds of glitter. We saw some tossing glitter.
Aw. Look at him go. That's amazing. Yeah, was it a gingerbread house?
Ooh. Looks a little like that.
Yeah.
A lot of screaming.
You can hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. People just want to share their excitement with the world.
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah, and actually Cher is going to be making a headliner performance there at the end to introduce Santa.
I was going to say, and also don't forget Santa.
Yep. Yeah, right at the end when Santa arrives with the sleigh.
Yep.
That's amazing. I mean, that's a long way from the North Pole.
Right. You know,
Coming
flights
down
may
here.
be delayed.
Yeah.
You never know.
But when you're going at light speed with your reindeer,
Right.
it's not that far.
Right. So for people who are interested in the history of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Macy's has launched a new online game where fans can explore the parade virtually and learn about its history at the same time.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, a nice way to get involved and be more in touch if you can't be there in person.
Yeah, and technology is always playing a greater and greater role in things like this.
That is true. That is true.
Really exciting. See, everybody's just waving. And this just in, we are actually going to be extending our coverage with a little bit more, so that's going to be a good thing to look forward to. Yeah, it's got some moves up there, dancing. Really nice.
So good.
Yeah, and New York City is just such a historic city. I mean, you know, nearly 400 years old, and it's got just a nice backdrop.
Yeah, not to mention Central Park, which is going along the side of.
Yeah.
Such a remarkable and historic park.
Yeah, and the most filmed location for
Yes.
for movies.
And actually the most visited tourist public park.
It makes sense.
Although the visits are by recurring visitors, so probably people who are local to the area. But that I think is even more shows how important that and pleasant that park is.
Yeah, a great place to kick off the parade.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, look at their hats. Just love it.
Where's Wally?
Wow. It's a nice
Knight in
horse.
shining armor.
Yeah. See that? Yeah, and it just gets you excited about the holiday season.
That's right. There's a lot that's fun just about fantasy, you know, all these characters, fantasy characters, and the make-believe and that world.
Yes.
Childlike belief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. You know, and kids, they just soak it up like a sponge. Like we were talking about, Kung Fu Panda made an appearance in the float, and how he's instilling good values in kids, you know, hard work and loyalty and everything like that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's great stuff. At least kids are getting a lot of airtime. Pretty famous.
They are, right? And they don't seem to notice that.
Yep, candid camera. That's great.
While I was there, I did have some people asking. Actually, quite a few people were pretty excited to be on TV. We'll be seeing a little bit of that later in the show.
Oh, good.
In the second hour.
Looking forward to that. Yep. Looks like they got some Macy stars, possibly. Yeah. Yeah, this year's Thanksgiving is it's really a big one. You know, people are going to be celebrating all across the country, and you know they got the deals to look out for, but you know it's family time.
Yeah, definitely. And one aspect of this year, I suppose one aspect of it is that people I spoke to recently around the area of the Macy's store, flagship store, they were saying, you know, they're just really thankful to be able to travel again.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and a lot of people were traveling with their families or with their close friends in order to come and see the parade or get some of those good deals. But they were just really thankful just to have all those mandates lifted from the pandemic and have some more freedom again.
Yeah, and this is said to be one of the biggest travel weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of people are going to be going out, seeing their family, or going on vacation.
Yep.
Got to have some me time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all mixes in.
Hard earned, you know, you work and then you got to enjoy a little bit and,
Definitely.
you know, then you come back and
See
you're
some
fresh.
new sights. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Broaden your horizons.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Wait a minute.
Hey!
Santa. So there's Santa, and we might have to say goodbye, but get a good look. And there's the reindeer.
Yep.
Making an appearance. Yeah, I wonder where Rudolph is.
Right.
He's got a pretty big sack there of gifts.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Christmas.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh, Santa looks much happier than I usually see him.
Oh, really? He's more stoic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. Yeah, there's a teddy bear in there. I wonder which kid's going to get that. Ah, and believe. How nice.
Yeah, that is the message, I think. Wow.
Yeah, and I hope everyone has really enjoyed just soaking that all in.
Yeah, certainly. I have. It was so nice to relive some of those moments from this morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of nostalgia for me. Seeing Pikachu, Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I mean, that was like bread and butter. You would come home from school and you would just watch Dragon Ball Z. And if you watched it at midnight, you were getting a little bit of an older season.
Okay.
So you were going to actually be a little behind in all the talk amongst the students.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like you got to get it right when you come home.
Wow, I didn't know it was so involved, like such a world, as you said.
Yeah, like a mini culture within a culture.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, there's so many cartoons now, as you said. I wonder like what kind of subcultures are forming.
Yeah, well, with Ryan's World and Minions and all this stuff.
Yes.
I mean, we could probably just have my nephew here right now. He could just explain it all to us.
We totally should. We should call him in.
Yes.
We should
Right,
dial him
I
in.
should have organized that.
Right.
Say like, okay, Dominic, you're on.
Yeah.
Just talk about Minions.
The expert.
Right, yeah. How does it make you feel? What are the secrets?
Right.
I know.
I'm sure there's many new subcultures now forming.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw we didn't see all of them, but at this parade today, 25 balloons, 7 new characters, some of those being Beagle Scout Snoopy, Blue Cat and Chugs from Cool Cats.
Yeah.
Some of these.
Yeah, I'm glad they had a lot of additions this year.
Yes, Kung Fu Panda apparently is a new one.
Right. Yeah, 97 years it's been going on.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and I do think a lot of people make it a favorite part of their Thanksgiving Day parade. At least a lot of the people that I spoke with earlier today were coming every year.
Oh, absolutely. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
And such a great family bonding time. You bring your kids out.
Yeah.
They're witnessing history. They're seeing their
Excitement.
favorite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could really leave a lasting impression on their minds.
Yeah, interesting point there.
Yeah. And it seems like everything went smoothly that we saw so far, which was great.
Yeah.
Security did a great job. Give a shout out to our
Shout out.
New York's finest.
Yes.
Yeah, they must have been really busy there.
Yeah, and also a good way to put that focus on the meaning of Thanksgiving. You know, people I'd spoken with, as I mentioned earlier, around Macy's, really focused on togetherness. Their thanks for their family. And that's what we're seeing here today is people coming out with their families and spending quality time together and also really enjoyable time together watching this parade. But we've got a little bit more footage to show you, so let's tune into that.
There we go, some more marching bands. I just always enjoy hearing that drum line.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
It's great with rhythm.
Macy's parade, look at those hats. Yeah, here comes our friend, the turkey.
But of course,
yes.
Can't do it without the turkey.
Butterball.
Right.
Comes waddling right in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, even waving its wings. There you go.
That's awesome. Animatronic. Or maybe it's human powered. Who knows?
Who knows? Or maybe
Is there someone in there?
Well, this is getting philosophical.
Doing a little investigation on the fly.
Right.
Yeah. The pom-poms. I love it.
Gotta have pom-poms.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of planning goes into this parade.
Oh
Big
my
time.
gosh.
Gotta blow up the floats in advance. Gotta check them.
Yes. Couldn't have any leaks in those balloons.
Yep.
Last minute leaks.
Yeah, Macy's. Probably shop their online sales.
A lot of people, they used to have some great online sales. Year round, actually, I feel that. But a lot of people have been turning online, of course, rather than in store. I think so far, the shopping has been less packed than previous years.
That's good to know.
Yep.
You know, just in terms of planning.
I mean, that's true. There is a bit about, strategy, right? For certain items, you just want to try them on first. You just can't just buy them online.
I know that's the trade-off.
Yeah.
You shop online, you don't have to go into the store and get there, but you might not have the perks.
Yeah.
Being able to use the changing rooms and make sure it fits and everything.
And sometimes you come across just a really helpful store assistant, who really knows their stuff.
Yeah. And they could tell you stuff like, okay, inside dark, outside light, the contrast.
Right, yep, style, but also, and they know the products all really well, can recommend.
You learn something. Oh, there's Peanuts.
Oh yeah, classic, of course.
Eagle Scout, Snoopy, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show is really great. Oh, there he is. Yep.
It is nice to see a mix of the old and new.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, and they're playing the Eagle Scouts, the highest rank you can get.
Oh, really?
In the Boy Scouts.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Eagle Scout. All right, well, that's a wrap for our live stream of the Thanksgiving Day Parade by Macy's.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest Christmas sale ever. You get our brand new 6-piece My Towels for only $29.98, or rejuvenate your bed with a MyPillow mattress topper as low as $99.99. Or how about MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $24.98? There's something for everyone. Duvets, quilts, down comforters, body pillows, bolster pillows, and so much more. Well, I know MyPillow products make for the perfect Christmas gifts, so I'm going to extend my money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2024. So go to MyPillow.com now or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get huge discounts on all MyPillow products. For example, you get our 6-piece towels for only $29.98. Or get your very own MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $24.98. It's our biggest Christmas sale ever. Get all your shopping done now while quantities last.
That was a shooting gallery up there.
I could hear the tremble in his voice.
She suffered a fairly severe beating. The video is pretty graphic.
Justice for us seems almost impossible.
It's not fun to watch somebody die, and they knew she was in mortal peril.
They have not asked the hard questions. Why was the Capitol intentionally unsecure that day?
The FBI had information about security concerns before January 6th.
They're out for blood, and they're getting it. They appear to be winning.
Were the actions of the Capitol Police out of line? Were there violations and use of force?
Now I describe it as an inside job.
I'm ready to do whatever God calls me.
Are diapers destroying your confidence? Men's Liberty can help. Our discreet external device is safe, sanitary,
and keeps you dry 24 hours.
Day and night. Step into the spotlight and do more of what you love with Men's Liberty. It's been ordered over 5 million times by thousands of satisfied fans. Call now to get a free week supply with your first order. There's no obligation, just the opportunity to try the most revolutionary solution to incontinence ever made. Unlike diapers, Men's Liberty is a long-term answer to dealing with incontinence. Make the choice to finally move forward with your life by calling Men's Liberty today. We'll answer all of your questions about how our completely unique device works and how Medicare can cover it. Dealing with expensive, uncomfortable diapers is no way to live. Men's Liberty lets you get back out there with more freedom and confidence to be you. Ready to find out more about our offer to get a free week supply? Then don't wait. Call Men's Liberty today.
I'm Arian Pastar in South America, Brazil, and we are NTD News.
Welcome to NTD News Today.
Here are our top stories.
Millions of Americans are hitting the road, the rails, and the skies. Thanksgiving travel is in full swing. Are travel delays expected? We bring you the numbers.
Balloons, floats, music, and cheers. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is back with excitement and festivities. What were the best moments this year?
For some Americans, this Thanksgiving means celebrating thousands of miles away from home. We look at what's happening in South Korea and Ukraine.
Israel and Hamas expecting to observe a ceasefire starting tomorrow. We take a look at the details of their agreement.
First Argentina, now the Netherlands. Another right-leaning politician winning a general election this week. The Netherlands voted for conservative Geert Wilders. What people in the Netherlands say about the result.
Concerns over an undiagnosed pneumonia outbreak reported across China. With sick children overwhelming hospitals, we get the inside scoop straight from parents and health workers.
This is NTD News Today, live from our NTD Global Headquarters. Here are Stephania Cox and Chris Beers.
And that's Kevin Hogan today, standing in for Chris Beers. Hello and welcome to NTD News Today.
We have insights and perspectives on the stories shaping our world.
Breaking news, in-depth analysis, and inspiration to power your day. Now for our top stories. Thanksgiving celebrations began with a time-honored tradition in downtown Manhattan.
New Yorkers and tourists packed the city sidewalks early this morning to watch this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. To the boisterous cheers of the crowd, the event kicked off at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on 77th and Central Park West.
This year's parade features 25 giant cartoon balloons, including classic characters like Snoopy, Pikachu, and SpongeBob SquarePants, as well as new ones like Blue Cat and Chugs, Monkey D. Luffy, and Uncle Dan.
Also in the parade were more than 30 floats, including those from Disney Cruise Line, Lego, and others. Highlights were lead float from Tom Turkey and Jenny O, marking its fourth Thanksgiving appearance. New additions included Palace of Sweets, the deliciously delectable world of Wonka, and more.
Leading the parade were over 250 students from Alabama A&M University's Marching Maroon and White Band. They were joined by 10 other bands, 7 performance groups, and dozens of clown crews.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Parade began in 1924 and is the largest parade in the world. The event typically draws more than 3 million spectators to Manhattan.
I was just at the parade just as it was getting started and spoke with some of the performers and families getting ready for the big event. Let's see that now. Good morning, reporting here in the heart of New York City, where the streets are filled with excitement. I'm here at the iconic Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, where giant balloons, dazzling floats, and the spirit of the holiday season are in full swing. Thousands are gathering to witness this spectacle, eagerly awaiting their favorite character and performers. From Snoopy to Santa Claus, this parade promises to be a magical experience for all. So stay tuned while we bring you the latest updates and the behind-the-scenes moments.
I just want to say, as a native New Yorker, this is the most unbelievable way to spend your 60th birthday. I'm a child of Midtown Manhattan, and to end at Herald Square is like a dream come true. And I'm so grateful for this. And it's so beautiful. It's like the perfect day. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving and happy birthday.
So much. Thank you.
It's New York City. New York City's the best. All the different colors and people from around the world all come here. It's like the greatest thing to do on Thanksgiving.
Hi, Tennessee. Hi, Tennessee. Hi, Tennessee. I love you, Tennessee. I love you, Tennessee.
Awesome. So is this your first time coming here?
Oh, yeah, every year for the last 20 years.
Amazing.
Born here. So every single year.
So what do you love about it? What do you think makes it special?
We get to shop at Macy's afterwards.
It's a really fun family tradition. We've been coming ever since we were little, and it's just a great time to be together.
What do you think, what about it represents the spirit of Thanksgiving?
The floats, like what types of floats there are.
Which float are you looking forward to seeing? Is there a particular character?
The Ninja Turtles float.
I know, she's looking forward to seeing someone particular.
Which float are you looking forward to seeing?
Yeah.
Which one?
Santa.
California, Nevada, we're Bronx natives.
New York.
We're here all the time.
Mr. Positive on social media.
Mr. Positive, yes, I am.
We're having a good time. Our first year here, so we're very excited. Definitely.
You guys come every year?
We come every year. We love it.
What do you think makes it special?
It's the Thanksgiving parade. All the tourists here, all these people that live in the city. It's a beautiful mix. It really is. It's fantastic.
I love the floats.
Any particular floats or characters you're looking forward to?
Snoopy, SpongeBob.
Yes, SpongeBob.
I'm a SpongeBob SquarePants here. I hate to admit it, but I really am.
Oh, man, it's first time, so I'm excited for all of them. Definitely.
It's Charlie Brown. Awesome. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
This is wonderful. All the work that goes into the parade is lovely. They all work so hard, and look, it's so much fun. Everybody's here happy with their families. In this day and age, it's lovely to have something good happening in the world, and this is definitely something good.
This is the second year that we've been in the parade.
What do you think makes it so special?
Oh, just the energy and the crowd and the people that run it have just been amazing. The spirit of love and camaraderie that's here today.
More than 400 employees at Macy's stores in Washington state are planning a 3-day strike from Black Friday through Sunday. The workers allege unfair labor practices and demand better wages. The walkout is set to begin tomorrow at 3 a.m. Pacific time at 3 of Macy's busiest stores. Workers will return to work on Monday. Black Friday is one of Macy's busiest and most profitable days. The company hasn't responded to requests for comment.
Americans are on the road to visit their loved ones for Thanksgiving. Millions of people have to travel to see their families, which has caused problems in recent years. This year, things seem to be going smoothly so far, especially for those who don't have to rely on airlines.
For my holiday plans, I will be driving out to Lake Tahoe and visiting my family members over there and just spending some time with them, eating some turkey, some good food. And
yeah, overall it's been pretty smooth. I've noticed it's just been really busy.
Air travel also picked up steam on Wednesday. 2.7 million people were expected to board flights. Airline officials say they are confident they can avoid the massive disruptions we saw in the past, such as the meltdown at Southwest Airlines over last Christmas.
As of Wednesday evening, that appeared to be the case. U.S. airports reported less than 60 flight cancellations on Wednesday. FlightAware says anything under 300 cancellations per day is considered very good.
Buffalo Niagara International Airport in New York said it was checking all vehicles arriving at the airport. Airport staff are also performing additional security screenings.
That's after a car crashed and exploded on Rainbow Bridge in the U.S.-Canada border. The airport remains open and fully operational.
For many people, this year's Thanksgiving celebrations will be away from home. Let's take a look at U.S. troops stationed in South Korea celebrating the holidays.
Being away from home, celebrating Thanksgiving, so it is different, but I find it's pretty cool. I'll be here next year for Thanksgiving as well, and it's something to remember for sure for my future kids and the family down the line.
Troops are stationed at Camp Casey in South Korea, one of several U.S. Army bases near the demilitarized zone with the North.
Their Thanksgiving celebration included a traditional American-style festive meal. Higher-ranking Army officers served the Thanksgiving meal to soldiers thousands of miles away from home.
Data from the U.S. Forces Korea showed there are about 19,000 Army soldiers, 7,800 airmen and women, plus 350 Navy soldiers and 120 Marines stationed in South Korea.
In Ukraine, the country is launching a food train to help residents get hot meals amid the war this winter. U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Bridget Brink cut Thanksgiving turkey at today's launching event.
According to Ukrainian officials, the train is the first of its kind in the world. It's capable of providing up to 10,000 servings per day.
The food train will visit Ukraine's liberated regions where hot meals are scarce due to damaged infrastructure and lack of electricity, gas, and water.
The train is designed so that personnel can live and cook there. A chef says it's much like a hotel on wheels with a huge kitchen.
It has pantries, refrigerators, freezers, generators, and water.
We are all here because we deeply support Ukraine, its victory, and its recovery. So I can't wait to see this food train and try some great Thanksgiving dinner. There's no other place I would rather be to celebrate this very special holiday for Americans. It's a time when we give thanks.
An accidental invite has turned into an 8-year Thanksgiving tradition. Wanda Dench and Jamal Hinton are celebrating together in Arizona. The pair met in 2016 after Dench sent a text to a wrong number inviting who she thought was her grandson to dinner. But Hinton, who was 17 at the time, got the text instead. The two exchanged some messages after realizing the mistake. When Hinton asked if he could still come over, Dench responded, "Of course you can. That's what grandmas do. Feed everyone." Since then, they've met up every year and documented them with selfies.
Seneca Foods is recalling glass jars of Hy-Vee turkey gravy because of a mislabeling issue. The company says the product may actually contain beef gravy as well as a soy allergen that isn't declared on the label. The recall only affects glass jars of turkey gravy sold at Hy-Vee stores. Those with a soy allergy risk a serious life-threatening reaction if consumed. Seneca is not aware of any reports of illness related to the recall.
Still to come, the first Republican mayor in almost 150 years. South Carolina's most populous city voted for its first GOP mayor since the 1800s.
A state of emergency declared in a Kentucky town after a train derailed and spilled chemicals that caught on fire. We'll have more in just a moment for you here on NTD News Today.
Is deep-sea fish oil really healthy? Due to pollution in the oceans, most fish contain heavy metal elements and radioactive substances. That's why it's so important to choose a pure source of omega-3. Puritang green vegetable omega-3 is made from purslane and perilla seeds, which are rich in nutrients and minerals, especially vitamins A, D, E, calcium, and iron. With natural processing and no harmful chemical additives, it has more than 90% concentration of omegas 3, 6, 7, and 9. It effectively improves brain power and is beneficial to the heart's health. Puritang omega-3 does not smell of fish and contains no pollutants, so both adults and children can safely and easily consume it over a long period of time. Puritang green vegetable omega-3, greener, healthier, and more effective. Visit puritang.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Susan Lucci. I never thought about heart disease until I had my own heart event. I received 2 stents in my arteries, stents developed through research funded by the American Heart Association. Those stents saved my life. I have met so many survivors. Each of them tells a story that can be so helpful to women out there.
Everything was pretty good. It was a very happy life. I was given the diagnosis that I had peripartum cardiomyopathy, which is basically a pregnancy-induced heart failure. They told me my only chance was a heart transplant.
And the American Heart Association helped make that possible. Their research helped save me.
I think everyone should support the American Heart Association. Call now or go to helpheart.org. For only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you can help fund the next medical breakthrough. Get the next person trained in CPR, the next hospital certified in high-quality cardiovascular care. You can be part of that very important work that the American Heart Association is doing to save lives everywhere. Give $19 a month with your credit card, and we'll send you this special t-shirt that you can wear to show that you are helping save lives.
I'm grateful for just every day that I get with my children. I am very thankful for the American Heart Association.
Heart disease is America's #1 killer, and your support now can help save your life or the life of someone you love. Listen to your heart. The only reason I'm here today is because I did. So please call the number on your screen or go to helpheart.org now. Join me as a monthly donor today and help save even more lives.
The first Republican mayor since 1877. Charleston, South Carolina is set to see some change in the mayoral seat. Former State Representative William Cogswell will be the first Republican mayor in almost 150 years. Cogswell defeated the incumbent Democratic mayor by only 2 percentage points. The race was decided in a runoff election this week. Around 560 votes separated the two candidates.
This is the second time in recent years that a historically blue city in the state voted for a Republican mayor. Back in 2021, the city of Columbia traded its Democratic mayor for a Republican. And the head of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' super PAC Never Back Down has stepped down. The top DeSantis backer says disagreements went beyond a difference of strategic opinion. In his resignation statement, Jankowski said he supports DeSantis and prays he is the 47th president for the country's future.
Recent polls have DeSantis neck and neck for second place with GOP opponents like Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Still, the Republican contenders trail far behind former President Trump by double digits in most polls. 20 Romanian nationals trying to enter the U.S. illegally. At least 2 of them are allegedly members of a transnational criminal organization. Border Patrol arrested them on Wednesday as they tried crossing to Maine from Canada. Border Patrol says it tracked 4 vehicles crossing into the state early Wednesday morning. You can see the pictures here. They apprehended 10 minors and 10 adults. Officials say this corresponds with a rise in apprehensions of illegal immigrants in the Halts sector of Maine.
The 2 Romanians with ties to organized crime were processed for expedited removal proceedings. Hate crime charges for a former Obama administration official. Police arrested an ex-National Security Council employee yesterday after viral videos of him were shared online. In the videos, he uses what police describe as a hate-filled Islamophobic language against a New York City food cart employee.
Stuart Seldowitz faces stalking, harassment, and hate crime charges in the recently posted videos. Seldowitz mocks Islam, appears to taunt the man about his citizenship status, and accuses him of supporting Hamas. He also makes derogatory comments about Muhammad.
In another video, Seldowitz asks the man whether he's familiar with Egypt's General Intelligence Service, threatening that they would get his parents.
Seldowitz expressed regret and apologized. He also defended himself, saying the vendor started the conflict by expressing his support for Hamas.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been accused of sexually assaulting a woman in 1993. That's according to a legal summons filed yesterday. The summons states that both Adams and the woman were working for the New York City at the time of the incident.
The filing names Adams, the Transit Bureau of the New York Police Department, and the New York Police Department Guardians Association as defendants.
A City Hall spokesman said Adams denies the allegation, adding that the mayor doesn't know the accuser and doesn't recall meeting the person.
The filing seeks a trial and $5 million in relief. It was filed under the Adult Survivors Act, a New York law enabling lawsuits against individuals accused of sexual misconduct. Fare skipping is on the rise on New York City's buses and subways, costing the Metropolitan Transportation Authority millions of dollars each year. That's despite efforts to crack down on evaders. The MTA says that in the third quarter of this year, over 40% of bus riders traveled without paying. That's up 4% from the previous report in May. Fare evasion on the subway has reached its highest level in 5 years, with an estimated 14% of riders jumping turnstiles between July and September. Overall, the MTA estimates that fare beating cost $690 million last year. That figure could be higher this year. The MTA has made combating fare evasion a top priority, taking steps like hiring security guards and considering a redesign of the turnstiles. But progress has been mixed. A cultural change since the pandemic may be contributing to the increase in fare evasion.
Officials in Kentucky urged a small town to evacuate after a train derailed, spilling chemicals. CSX, which operates the train, told ABC News that 2 cars carrying molten sulfur were leaking and their contents burning.
The company said when molten sulfur burns, it releases sulfur dioxide, which is known to cause respiratory problems. Governor Beshear called a state of emergency in Rockcastle County to ensure every state resource is available to help keep families safe. And Moderna has paused a clinical trial for a new vaccine. This after one of the participants suffered an adverse event. According to workers at 2 of the trial sites, the pause relates to the experimental Epstein-Barr virus vaccine. Here's NTD's Cost M&S with more.
The trial on adolescents was paused on account of a suspected case of myocarditis, a form of heart inflammation. This according to information obtained by the Epoch Times. 2 sites, Tecton Research and the Lynn Health Science Institute, both confirmed the hold, although Moderna has not publicly disclosed the hold of the Phase 1 trial, known as Eclipse. In an email sent to the Epoch Times, an independent medical expert who was previously involved in clinical trials said the issue raises concerns over the safety of mRNA vaccines. It's a platform Moderna uses for both the Epstein-Barr and COVID-19 shots. Moderna announced in January 2022 that the first participant in the trial for the experimental Epstein-Barr vaccine had been dosed. The randomized controlled trial was launched in about 15 sites in the United States. The first phase was aimed at examining the safety and tolerability of the vaccine in over 250 adults, aged 18 to 30. Phase 2 of the trials enrolled about 150 adolescents aged 12 to 17. Participants had to be in good general health, with no prior history of myocarditis or pericarditis, a related condition. The Epstein-Barr virus is a herpes virus common in a large majority of the population. It can lead to a variety of other diseases, including infectious mononucleosis, commonly known as mono. The status of the trial was changed earlier this week from recruiting to active not recruiting. The estimated end date of the trial is currently still listed as June 2025. Cost M&S, NTD News.
The U.S. military is deeply reliant on Elon Musk and his company's technology.
And joining us now for some discussion on this is NTD Business host Don Ma. Thanks for the time, Don.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
So how deeply reliant is the U.S. military on Musk's company?
Well, it seems like it's pretty reliant because the Pentagon has invested in Musk's SpaceX up to $1.2 billion. This is to send satellites into space. It's also investing up to $70 million in Starshield, and what that is basically the military equivalent of Starlink. It's more secure. And I have to mention that it's not just the military, right, that is investing in SpaceX. Of course, NASA as well would be involved in this. And NASA apparently depends on Musk's SpaceX very much, and apparently, according to CNN, the agency couldn't send another astronaut into to the moon without SpaceX's help. And as well, Musk's Starship, right, is the most powerful rocket ever built, and NASA will spend about $4 billion on it because it's going to be the lunar lander of the space agency's flagship Artemis program. So very important there. And just some numbers to put everything into context. Last year, NASA conducted 78 successful launches, and about 61 of them were contributed by SpaceX. So that's a lot there.
Yeah, it sure is. Now, in light of the recent anti-Semitic accusations, are there going to be any changes in the government's partnership with Musk?
Well, White House spokesman John Kirby actually commented on this recently. He addressed those concerns. He says there's a lot of innovation actually in the private sector. Of course, that includes Elon Musk's SpaceX. He says, it would be kind of foolish to just walk away from that. From this technology because of how innovative it is. He's not aware of any efforts to stop using this technology, although he did mention that just because they're using this technology doesn't mean they're condoning any anti-Semitism, whatever Elon Musk is being accused of right now.
Yeah, they have some tough decisions to make, and at this point they are merely accusations. Now, do you have anything else for us, Tom?
Yeah, sure. It seems like article headlines will once again be shown on social media platform X. CEO Elon Musk announced the feature was actually returning. He removed headlines under a post of links in early October, and at that time Musk said it was because it would look better without them. But users complained that without headlines, posts lack context. So their return is welcomed by some, but it's going to be a little bit different though this time. Musk says the headline would overlay an article's image rather than below it. And here's some holiday online shopping tips as well. A lot of sales now are starting even before Black Friday. It's extending to Cyber Monday as well. So it might be a good idea to do some research as soon as possible, create a list, gather coupons, gift cards, and credit cards as well, points, right, for maximum savings. And this is another tip that many don't consider. Try to use multiple browser tabs so that you can compare prices. And this is essential as well. Do a quick Google search, see if one retailer, what they have is really the lowest price, because just because it's on sale and it looks like a really good deal doesn't always mean that it has the lowest price.
That is a really great idea, juxtaposing them so you can see in real time.
Right, yeah, smart one.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to see them next to each other to really know if you're making a good decision or not.
Always great tips. Host of NTD Business, Don Ma, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, a much anticipated ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. We take a look at when it's going to start and when the hostages will be released.
The EU is tackling online child pornography. Lawmakers are planning to implement new rules affecting major U.S. companies. We'll have those details for you soon when we return.
The highest art is beautiful, breathtaking, timeless, and moving. Experience art with 5,000 years of history, inspired by the divine. Experience Shen-Yun.
The Medicare Advantage and Prescription Drug Plan annual enrollment period is now open.
Ugh, every year I have to listen to all these commercials.
We're sorry, Karen, and we know it's annoying, but we want to make sure everyone on Medicare knows it's time to check and see if they can enroll in a plan that will save money or include additional benefits.
I just want these commercials to stop.
Honestly, Karen, we do too, but this is the only time of year when everyone on Medicare can call and see if there are plans with additional benefits available in their area.
I already have a Medicare Advantage plan, so these commercials aren't even for me.
Well, Karen, plans may change every year, and the 2024 Medicare Advantage plans are now available. The phone lines are open.
Just call 800-940-7258.
The Medicare annual enrollment period is the only time of year when all Medicare recipients can call and enroll in a new Medicare Advantage plan. This is also the time to call if you want to change plans. This enrollment period is only open for a limited number of weeks.
Do I have to call now for 2024?
2024 plans are available now during the annual enrollment period. Our licensed insurance agents are standing by to take your call. Call now and get a free benefits review with no obligation to enroll.
Just call 800-940-7258.
So, I can call and not sign up for a plan?
That's right. We just want to make sure everyone on Medicare gets information about plans with the coverage they want in 2024. You can call to check and see what plans with additional benefits may be available in your area.
I need to get that number one more time.
That number again is
800-940-7258.
Is the call free too?
Yes, the call and benefits review are free with zero obligation to enroll. Call now.
Just call 800-940-7258. That's 800-940-7258.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
I'm Melina Weisskopf on Capitol Hill, and we are NTD. Turning our attention now to the Israel-Hamas war.
The ceasefire is expected to begin tomorrow morning and last for 4 days.
Here's Qatar's foreign ministry making the announcement.
And the first batch of civilians to be released from Gaza will be around 4 p.m. of the same day. They will be 13 in number, all women and children, and those hostages who are from the same families will be put together within the same patch. Obviously, every day will include a number of civilians, as agreed, to total 50 within the 4 days.
Israel confirms that it has received an initial list of names of hostages to be released. Officials are currently in contact with all of the families.
The initial hostage release and ceasefire were expected to take place today. The U.S., Qatar, and Egypt helped negotiate the deal.
Hamas will release a total of 50 Israeli hostages, all women and children, in exchange for 150 Palestinians held in Israeli prisons.
The Israeli military said in an update that they arrested the director of Al-Shifa Hospital and transferred him for questioning. This is after the troops found evidence indicating the hospital served as a Hamas command and control center.
A U.S. warship shot down attack drones over the Red Sea Thursday morning, according to United States Central Command. The
USS Thomas Hunder fired on multiple one-way attack drones launched in Yemen. The drones were reportedly shot down while on patrol. Officials say there was no damage to the ship or injuries sustained by the crew. This comes as tensions have increased in the Red Sea region since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels claim to have fired ballistic missiles and drones toward Israel. On Sunday, the Galaxy Leader cargo ship was hijacked in the Red Sea with about 25 crew members on board. The U.S. has demanded the immediate release of the cargo ship and crew. And now for a shift in gears, we have some short headlines from Europe and the Asia-Pacific region. Seeing things impossible to forget, British Foreign Secretary David Cameron is visiting an Israeli kibbutz today. He went along with Israeli Foreign Ministers Eli Cohen. Kibbutz Be'eri was among many brutally attacked by Hamas on October 7th. Cameron described what he saw.
The terrorism, parents shot in front of their children, children shot in front of their parents. I've heard things and seen things that obviously I will never forget, and it's important we understand that.
Also today, the prime ministers of Spain and Belgium are in Jerusalem meeting with their Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu. Spain's newly re-elected Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez outlined a plan on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
The plan would forge a two-state solution and a viable Palestinian state. Sanchez wants to hold an international peace conference with the parties as soon as possible. He said the European Union, the League of Arab States, and the Organization for Islamic Cooperation had endorsed the idea.
In the past, Israel accepted multiple two-state solutions, but Palestine and the Arab world never agreed. As part of their trip, the European leaders are also set to meet Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas today. Right-leaning conservative Geert Wilders might be the next Dutch prime minister. His Freedom Party won the parliamentary election in the Netherlands.
The results are now out. It was a tight race with no clear frontrunner in the polls leading up to Election Day. Another candidate, a social democrat who used to be the EU's climate czar, also had realistic chances of winning.
But the Freedom Party did emerge as the winner. Now they have to form a coalition, which Wilders says they're ready to do. Some people describe him as the Dutch Donald Trump.
We will collaborate with other parties because that's what we like, and we'll show that we are able to do it. The Dutch citizens deserve the Freedom Party in the next government, and it will happen.
Wilders is known for being a skeptic of the European Union, for being friendly with Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban, and being against uncontrolled immigration into the Netherlands.
His party won almost 40% of the 150 seats. The party, which came in second, won 25 seats. Here are Dutch people today reacting to his win.
I think it's good. Yeah. The Netherlands need a change in everything they had not done last 14 years. So Rutte, bye-bye. Welcome, Geert Wilders.
I think about this what at the moment the opinion of the general public in the Netherlands is. So it is not that surprise that PVV is now on top.
Germany and Italy holding the first intergovernmental summit in 7 years. The two cabinets gathered at Berlin's Chancellery last night.
Some see the two as unlikely allies. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is a social democrat. Meanwhile, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni leans to the right.
The two leaders signed a 31-page action plan. In the plan, Berlin and Rome pledged to enhance regular dialogue, for example, through meetings of their defense and foreign ministers.
They also agreed to coordinate more closely on key policies in general.
The European Union tackling online child pornography. EU lawmakers have agreed to draft rules requiring online services to identify and remove online child pornography. Lawmakers say end-to-end encryption would not be affected.
The proposed legislation forces tech companies to report and remove known and new footage containing child pornography. This would affect American companies such as Google and Meta, as well as messaging services, app stores, and internet access providers. In New Zealand will have a new government under Prime Minister-elect Christopher Luxon. His National Party has agreed with other parties to form a government.
Then tomorrow morning we'll have a formal signing ceremony, also a formal announcement, and we hope to then push on in the afternoon and be able to announce our cabinet and also ministerial responsibilities, with a view that we would move over the weekend and ultimately have a swearing in on Monday so that we can get the show moving and get this country going forward.
The deal ended weeks of negotiations and political uncertainty with the country under a caretaker government. The right-leaning National Party won the largest share of votes in the general election last month, but it needed the support of both right-leaning ACT and New Zealand First parties to form a majority government. Negotiations have dragged on as the three parties had to agree on a political agenda for the coming 3 years and allocate ministerial positions. Now to Canada. The country's former top police intelligence official was found guilty of leaking state secrets to police targets. He could face 20 years in jail. Cameron Ortis is a former Director General with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. He had access to highly sensitive domestic and foreign intelligence. Ortis was on trial on 6 charges, including multiple counts under a security of information law. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation reported that he was found guilty of all charges. Ortiz claimed he was acting to protect Canada from a grave threat passed along by a foreign entity. Prosecutors are expected to seek a sentence in the range of 20 years. A sentencing hearing will be held in early January.
And in Mexico, a major victory in the campaign to clamp down on drug cartels. The country's National Guard captured the man believed to be the security boss of the Sinaloa cartel. The man, known as El Nini, is accused of heading security for a faction of the Sinaloa cartel. The U.S. sees him as one of the most ruthless Mexican drug figures. The cartel leader was detained on Wednesday in Culiacan, the Sinaloa cartel's heartland, and was taken to Mexico City. The Mexican army was deployed in Culiacan following his arrest. U.S. courts have indicated El Nini on a slew of charges. They include cocaine and meth trafficking conspiracy, possession of machine guns, and witness retaliation.
As Taiwan's presidential election approaches, more candidates are making their position on China relations clear. During a news conference today, the ruling party's vice presidential candidate put forth her position.
I think we have reiterated our position that we remain open to dialogue, that we are also committed to the status quo. And as we take a pragmatic approach to balancing our international partnerships, I think it's also important that the international community, who also agrees with our position in continuing peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, make clear to our counterparts across the Taiwan Strait that dialogue is the only way to resolve differences. War is not an option.
Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party announced this week that Xiao Bi-jim is the running mate for its presidential candidate, Lai Ching-te. Lai is Taiwan's vice president and the frontrunner in the election.
Xiao previously served as Taiwan's envoy to the United States. She says Taiwan needs to forge support across the political spectrum in Washington, D.C.
The former envoy added that bipartisan and unified support for Taiwan is necessary. She said, quote, "We cannot afford to let Taiwan become an issue of partisan difference in American politics."
Taiwan's presidential election is on January 13th, and it comes at a time of increasing military aggression by the Chinese regime.
A wave of mystery pneumonia is breaking out in China, affecting mostly children and overwhelming Chinese hospitals.
Doctors there tell us the disease can be traced back to some combined pathogens like COVID-19, the flu, and mycoplasma pneumonia. Parents say the symptoms are usually severe.
The respiratory department of one hospital reports seeing more than 3,500 patients a day. Chinese experts say the disease can be traced back to certain combined pathogens, including COVID-19, the flu, and mycoplasma pneumonia. Parents say symptoms are often severe.
This time, the child had a high fever repeatedly, which never went down. This is too scary.
My wife's sister's child is sick. She has a fever of 107 degrees and a cough. There are no beds available in the hospital.
A former Chinese reporter posted a conversation about the issue in a group chat, indicating that at least one child has died of the illness. The infection is circulating in the area surrounding Beijing, as well as in Dalian, a city almost 500 miles from Beijing. A hospital staff member from Tianjin City told us that hospitals are so overwhelmed, some children wait days for treatment.
Parents start scrambling several days in advance to get the numbers. We only have so many doctors, and we can only handle so many people every day. So we give out a certain amount of numbers every day. You can book in advance, but you have to be able to grab one first, because a huge number of children are getting sick.
The wave first appeared 1 month ago and is getting worse. Parents told us some schools have suspended classes as both teachers and students are sick. They added that authorities are trying to block information related to it from circulating online.
This kind of information is definitely not allowed to be spread. Weibo will delete accounts that spread it. It's not allowed. If you want to get to the root of the issue, they'll come warn you or even arrest you if it gets serious. We're all on tenterhooks.
Chinese media say no one has died so far. Due to Chinese authorities' record of underreporting infections and covering up information, it's difficult to assess the true scale of the current outbreak.
The World Health Organization has asked China for information on the rise of respiratory illnesses yesterday. The group cited reports of undiagnosed pneumonia among children in northern Chinese cities. China is supposed to respond to the WHO within 24 hours.
Both China and the WHO have faced questions about the transparency of reporting on the earliest COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan.
Coming up, a surprise marriage proposal in Wisconsin. A couple got engaged with the help of 2 police officers. We'll have footage of the dramatic moment after this break.
A local California food drive is giving back to the community for Thanksgiving. We'll hear more on what the holiday means to them right here on NTD News Today.
Hey everyone, it's me, Sebastian, and it is a beautiful day today. We have so much to be grateful for, so just remember, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. I just love inspiring people to be the best they can be, and the reason I'm able to inspire so many people is because people like you who inspire me with your support of Shriners Hospitals for Children. Since I was little, I've broken 100 bones, and I've had 19 surgeries. Shriners Hospitals for Children was with me every step of the way. But more than that, they've given me the confidence to know I can do whatever I set my mind to. Like right now, I've set my mind to sharing my smile with you. Did you get it?
Because of people like you, I can play the violin.
I can play piano.
I can understand.
The help I get is only possible because of caring people like you who pick up the phone and call the number on your screen to make your monthly gift.
And when you call or go online right now to donate $19 a month or more, we'll send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of all the smiles you're bringing to kids' faces every day.
Kids like me.
And me.
And me.
And me. So what are you waiting for? You can inspire kids like me by visiting loveshriners.org. After all, you can't help everyone, but you can help someone. So let's go!
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for giving. Join me and bring a smile to the world with your monthly gift today.
Please call now. If operators are busy, please call again or go to loveshriners.org right away.
Join me and bring a smile to the world.
It's just clear as day. The media, whether it's broadcast, cable, or print media, has become extremely biased. And I started looking online for alternative ways to get information. And I saw an ad for a free trial. And I looked at it and I said, Epoch Times. I mean, come on, this is end of days type of stuff. I mean, what are they going to be talking about here? And I said, well, it's a free trial. Let me dig in. Is it giving me both sides? Is it giving me an objective point of view here? I have looked for opportunities to see where they might be biased, and I don't find it. It has given me a level of trust in media that I didn't think I'd ever get back. I love the Epoch Times because it has renewed my faith in the idea that a reliable, responsible, non-biased source of information is available. And I can say that I love it because of that.
Ahead of the Christmas season, an 80-foot tall white spruce tree from the Alps was placed in St. Peter's Square today.
The tree arrived from a forest area near Cuneo at the border with France in the Piedmont region and was installed with the help of 2 cranes.
The Christmas tree will be lit on December 9th, and it will be decorated with thousands of Edelweiss, a white mountain flower that grows in the Alps. I know it's only Thanksgiving, but Christmas is on the way. Take a look at what's being called the world's largest holiday lights maze. It's set to open tomorrow near Kansas City. Crews at Legends Field have been working for more than a month to set up all 4 million lights. Visitors can enjoy the maze, ice skating, and treats from vendors.
And Operation Santa is underway at the U.S. Postal Service. This week marks the earliest kickoff ever for the 111-year-old program. It helps ensure children's letters to Santa make it to elves and human helpers who assist with gifts. To participate, kids need to use their full name, a return address, a stamp, and Santa's correct address. The Postal Service says that's 123 Elf Road, North Pole, 88888. If you want to help Santa and his elves with a child's letter, check out the USPS website.
An unexpected traffic stop turned into a dramatic marriage proposal. A young couple is now engaged with the help of the Eau Claire, Wisconsin Police Department. Body cameras captured the special moment.
You mind you just want to step out for me for a second? Okay, it'll just be a second.
Hi. Hi, I'm Officer Anderson. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Would you mind just stepping out with me as well?
Yeah, oh, sure.
So, yeah, there's something, just kind of an issue with his license. We've got him running it through our comm center right now. So if you just kind of want to step over here and I can talk to you. So, like I said, it's just kind of not a big deal. We just have to make sure that his license comes back.
Okay.
So, got to make sure that there's no issues with it or anything like that.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Hi. What was this bug? What?
I love you so much. You're my best friend. I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's so funny.
According to reports, Officer Maggie Anderson helped the couple recover their lost phone a few months ago. They got along well with Officer Anderson. The future groom asked if the police department could help with his proposal.
The police department posted on social media, "You never know what's going to happen on a traffic stop."
Off Florida's Gulf Coast, the U.S. Coast Guard rescued a couple and their dog after their sailboat was damaged. The Coast Guard says they received an alert Saturday morning from the couple. It said water was getting into their sailboat through a broken porthole.
The water was also damaging some of its electronic equipment. The alert provided the sailboat's last known position, which allowed an air crew to locate the three. They were about 90 miles off the coast of Hernando Beach, just north of Tampa.
The Coast Guard says the couple and the dog were brought back to shore in good health. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, let's head to California to find out what locals are grateful for at an annual food drive. NTD's David Lamb has the story.
As the nation heads towards the season of giving, let's see what volunteers are doing in the heart of Silicon Valley. What does Thanksgiving mean to you?
Trying to give back. I've been blessed in my life and been given a lot of opportunities, and there's a lot of people that don't have enough food for their family or whatever, so whatever I can do to help out. I had my daughter here with me today. Just a good feeling to give back. Normally I do about 4 days a week.
Sacred Heart Community Service prepared thousands of boxes running on volunteers.
This is the 59th year that we've done our holiday food distribution. It started out this year with the distribution of nearly 4,000 boxes. In fact, we're just almost at the end of our 3-day distribution period. I think what I'm really thankful for is seeing how many people in our community actually step up to care. Like people that sign up to volunteer, people that make donations to organizations and our sister organizations that are helping to make sure families have what they need. That is something that's really inspiring to me.
Many recipients are either in financial need or lack essential services.
I really wish everyone to be happy forever. And the only things we should always thank God that we are alive, we are together, and we are healthy, and all around are happy. And that is my wish for Thanksgiving for everyone.
Sacred Heart aims to spread joy this holiday season, but it needs helping hands to reach their upcoming drive for Christmas, including a toy drive.
As you can probably imagine, this is a big undertaking, and so we really need the community to come together. To make the operation super successful, we need 4,000 holiday proteins, canned goods, and the like, but also a very audacious 18 15,000 toys to give a wonderful holiday happy season. So.
According to Sacred Heart, people can drop off items, donate online, or even gift through an Amazon wish list.
So that's the 59th food drive tradition for Sacred Heart in San Jose, California. And donors, volunteers, and the staff hope to have many more to come. In San Jose, California, David Lamb, NTD News.
Well, that's all for today's program, and we're really glad to have you with us. And happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at NTD News.
We hope you're also able to spend time with your family and enjoy your favorite holiday traditions.
And as always, please send us an email if you'd like to tell us something.
We'll be back with more stories tomorrow.
There are real consequences to controlled media. And NTD's founders know them firsthand. Our freedom of thought is the price. This is the lesson that guides us in everything we do.
So there's the tear gas there.
We know the value of a free society. And we take seriously the responsibility to preserve it. We are NTD.